Hey, Fran. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon. I wanted to talk about a few things because I'm a little more calm now, and I know that my volatile self comes off a bit abrasive to some. I understand that, but if you're perhaps sane, you're going through the same emotions too in regards to our immediate future. So again, I want to talk about a few things. Before I do, I have a little show and tell. Got me an axe the other day. $20, pound and a quarter. Great for clearing shrub. And I got a mini water filtration kit. You can use either with a bottle or it comes with a pouch. If it could focus there. For like $15-20, it's good for up to 100,000 gallons. This was like $20. It's American hickory. Gloves, of course. And my most prized possession is this kit that I wanted to get that I was talking about. It's got everything. I'll do probably a whole video on this. I'm waiting to get a tent and a sleeping bag, but this is got all the starting kit worth of stuff, carbine, and I have a Coleman stove top, like propane stove that I've used for years. Has a little base. It's kind of awkward. I might try to get another. That's something, a piece of mind, because if the past 10 years have given any example, we are a broken mess here in America. If anybody's watching overseas. So in my time alone, like I said, I graduated high school in 2007. I've experienced a government shutdown, at least partially, I think 5-6 times already. It's a disaster because what hangs in the balance is the infrastructure package deal, which even our former President Obama gave an interview and said that we need $3 trillion. We wouldn't pay it all up but once to at least try to semi-prepare for climate change. Because do your due diligence. Lake Mead is going dry. Colorado River, the hydroelectric plants that's providing power to Sin City is going dark. What are you going to do to power that city in the desert? Like it's going to be full-blown anarchy there in 2028, let's say. Because there's not going to be power generating, and like we can't build. Look, I'll say this: there's a new electrical grid that solar field that's being built or proposed to be built in northern Australia. That will power Singapore, Indonesia, but it only provide like 15% of their power. And this is like a hundreds of millions, billion-dollar project. And that's only just to power a few small. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like the size and scope needed to electrify everything is trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars. There's no amount of money that could be tied to it. It's our whole way of life. Okay, so get back on point. The point is that a vote is coming up Thursday, and that's the infrastructure bill. But they can't do that, or Republicans are going to block it because they don't agree with the spending, and you got even people divided within it's a clusterfuck that are divided within the Democratic Party. So why do I care? I don't know. I like to be a little more resilient. That's why I'm taking measures now into my own hands, because you can't rely on these retards in the Congress. I mean, what is this, a joke? We need to hang Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell. Like, these people need to get out. This is exactly what the founding forefathers didn't want to happen, as we get caught in gridlock. One side doesn't agree with the other, and worse yet, within their own party. And yet we threw hundreds of billions of dollars at the airline industry during the COVID pandemic. That actually fueled social inequities more. And so all of this hangs in the balance, and then you have Secretary Janet Yellen saying that we run out of money. If this happens, if they can't vote to raise the debt ceiling, and we default, like going to your bank and being like, well, I can't pay the bills, can't pay the house. We default, we run out of money October 18th. That's what Janet Yellen said. And who knows what'll happen. Does this sound like late stage Rome or any other empire to you? You got multiple cascading impacts, imminent impacts of weather disasters. And on that note, in addition to disagreement in Congress amongst everyone within their own parties, it's just a recipe for disaster. I don't need to talk much more about it. It's really, adults are trash. I have no respect for adults if this is how they behave. What a joke. Okay, so let's read this article from USA Today. Just skim it real quick. I'm not going to bore you guys. People under 40 will experience unprecedented life of climate change disasters. This is republished all over the place. Everyone's read it. I'm just saying it for the record because I see babies everywhere. I see pregnant women just full of propaganda, just brainwashed to the max. Oh, this is cute. Let's go out for brunch and cute part of town. All of it is a lie. Everything is a lie. All of this is a world of lies. We built it on a fossil fuel industry. Everything we rely on is what I'm doing right now is fossil fuel. I'm getting a little hot again. Back to the article. Under current global policies, children born in 2021 worldwide will face a dire future in terms of climate disasters. Okay, let's get to it. Published in the journal Sciences found that children born in 2021 or 2020 will live on an Earth with 7 times more heat waves. Do you remember the heat waves this summer? We had like 3 or 4 of them like in a row because the jet stream kept getting locked up in heat domes. Remember that? It was like unbearable. It was 110. You couldn't do anything. You'll have 7 times more amount of that. How the fuck do you survive in that? Twice as many wildfires. This is compared to people born 60 years ago, like what the weather was like in, say, like 1960 or 1970. So twice as many wildfires, 3 times as many droughts, 3 times as many droughts, river floods, and crop failures. This basically means, quote, that the lead author said, WIM theory. This basically means that people under 40 today, and I'm 32, almost 33, will live an unprecedented life even under the most stringent climate change mitigation scenarios. And we're on the high concentration scenarios, guys. We are like full-fledged, pedal to the metal, blowing the fucking gasket out, smoke hood popping up, like extreme insanity. Our results highlight a severe safety threat for young generations. And so it was an international team of more than 30 researchers from the Imperial College of London and the University of Nottingham in England. I mean, it's going to be super unfair, and it's going to be even worse off for children born in poor countries. But it's just so awfully reminiscent of late-stage empires where you have, like, the Nile River changed over time, weather conditions changed in Egypt, and moved the empire and kingdom, and it broke off into parts because of the weather, because of habitat. And then to top it all off, you have Guy McPherson putting a video just out. You can look it up. It's called Guy McPherson Just Wants 4 Minutes of Your Time. It sent chills in my stomach. I'll try to put the link below. 2 Professor Emeritus of like an Arctic sea ice. Again, I have to look at the names off the top of my head, basically said that there won't be any sea ice after 2022. Arctic sea ice. Like, it'll be a portion of the year there will be no ice. And then that snowballs. And immediately following that, we get immediate temperature rise. Because it's the latent heat effect, the albedo effect on the water. It like warms it up. It's like, we're about to get microwaved to death, bitches. That's what I'm saying. And so, like, it's a trip, dude. Every day shopping, living this lifestyle is like, this is trippy. Well, I know where we're going. 7 times as many, 3 to 7 times as many weather disasters. And we're seeing what's unfolding worldwide today at 1.1, 1.2 degrees. 1.5 is going to be hell. That's absolutely true. To top it off, to raise the debt ceiling, if this all goes worst case scenario, we don't get the votes, we don't raise the debt ceiling, we default on October 18th, or we, go broke on October 18th, the infrastructure package doesn't get passed, On top of all that, that makes us look broken when we go to COP26. We go to November 1st with all the other countries in the world, and we're supposed to be the leading number one democratic nation of the world. We go there looking like a bunch of fucking idiots, fools, broken, arguing amongst ourselves, can't even agree to like raise our money or like raise the debt ceiling. We're uncredible, unreliable. Okay, the pieces are pretty clear at this point what's happening. If you're not gauging the worst case scenario in all this or where we're headed, then I'm sorry for you at this point. Because what you will see and experience, especially children born today, just like the report says, when they're 10 or 11 years old, it's not a world. That's not even fun. Disneyland? Yeah, right. Camping? Get real. There's nothing left. There's no habitat. Okay, I just want to remind you that you were plucked from the universe and the only good thing left is virtue. Being good to your neighbor, helping those in need, etc., etc. Just be a virtuous person. That's how you impress yourself. That's all that's left. And these days, it's about to be a whole new world in a few years. A whole new world. All right, folks. I'm chill. I feel better after talking about it. I'll talk to you soon.